topic that I really wanted to highlight or discuss. I was watching a doco on ABC iView about an Australian team leading a project in the Philippines where they are finding, it's in the area of Angeles City in Pampanga, where it's a known red light district, or where a lot of foreigners go over to this city to basically, and what's happening is in this area, because it's close to the former US naval base, so it was an area where they would just do R&R kind of stuff. Basically a King's Cross, but in Pampanga, in the Philippines, close to Manila, maybe 2 hours away. But what is happening, there's an issue that's happening where some of these older men or men from abroad are coming over to the Philippines and they're getting these kids pregnant. Basically kids or young women that are in poverty and have no other choice but they have no job. They don't get to have a normal upbringing of going to school and being able to, have a normal profession. So what's happening is they're going over to the Philippines and they're actually impregnating these women. And then they go back home. And then these women are forced to have these kids. They have these kids because another thing is that there's no abortions in the Philippines because Catholicism is quite big in the Philippines, so there is no abortion. So these women that are already tied up in poverty are selling themselves as sex workers to make a bit of money for their family or for themselves to have a better life. And it's not like a sex worker as an OnlyFans type girl in Australia. Here we have many opportunities and many ways to make money, but in the Philippines there's a lot of women that have absolutely a lot of, not just women, but people in the Philippines that have to resort to this because there's nothing else, there's no other option but this, especially if you were born in that area. So they're being forced to raise these kids alone. And there was a clip on ABC that I was watching. I watched the whole doco, and it's crazy because the kids are Angan, or they speak Tagalog or Filipino. You can see that they're halfy. It's quite sad because these kids did not win the lottery. And what I mean by that is I was born in Sydney, land of opportunity here in Australia. Some of these kids are born and with their mum that's already in poverty. Now, think about these kids that don't have a father to raise them, just their mum. What about when their mum goes to work? What happens to them? Now, their mum already doesn't make a lot of money, so can't really support them. So what this project here in Australia is trying to do, they're trying to find their fathers over in Australia, New Zealand, and I think they have through DNA testing. But there's a lot that are denying when they get the call. Could you imagine they're just chilling? Maybe they've got a wife back in Australia or in the US or in New Zealand, and they're just chilling, and then they get a call or an email saying, hey, your DNA flagged, and we think you've got a kid in the Philippines when you went there in 2017 or 2012. But some, if you watch the doco, some have decided to support their child. So in a way, it's a very good thing because you can see in the doco, a lot of them are really, really looking for their father, or the girls are looking for the father of their child, because it can be a benefit to them that their father's from Germany or from Australia. Now it's a lot easier for them to get a green card to go over here. I think it's a very, very interesting topic because it's I know this area. We even drove past it because my family is from Pampanga, not in Angeles, but let me show you the little clip that I got of it from ABC.
Foreign men flock to nightclubs seeking cheap thrills with no consequences. Sex tourists have fathered tens of thousands of children who have been raised in poverty conditions.
These sex workers are being paid for the sex. They are not being paid to get pregnant and to raise these children.
But some of these men are now being tracked down and held to account.
a lot to unpack there. But as you can see, through DNA testing and the technology of today, they're trying to find the dads, hopefully reunite these kids with their dads or get to meet the kids. I know there's going to be a lot that are going to deny it, and no way will they take a child in, especially if they can't believe it. I think there was one where they had two brothers, because they both popped like they're brothers, and popped for having a kid in the Philippines, and they both didn't want to take the proper test in their country to rule them out. So you can't. It's not like they're forced by the government of their government or by the police of their country to take a DNA test.